Hello everybody, Boji He here, your favorite local Bay Area real estate expert, and welcome back to my channel. It's a gorgeous day today, and guess what that means? Time for another home tour. So today, I'm here at the Communication Hills in San Jose, and we're going to tour some brand new single family homes. There are three different models to see today. So I'm going to go through it fast, only point out these things that I think is worth pointing out. And then I'll talk about the location, the community, and share with you some builder incentives that this builder, KB Home, is offering. And last but not least, some nuances you need to know about KB Home projects in Communication Hills that other realtors rarely mention, but it's important to know. So watch until the end. All right, so let's start with the first plan. This is the smallest unit here, and it's a plan 2276. So let's go take a look at the inside. So walking in, here we have the stairway, and then okay, that's the first bedroom. Okay, pretty good size bedrooms. And this would be the restroom. Okay, and this is the backyard. This is access to the backyard, and look at the views. The view's pretty nice. So let's take a look. Oh, they locked it. So the good thing about this is that we're already on top of the hill. So if they were to build more houses downstairs, it's going to be downstairs. So it's not going to be blocking the view. And let's go upstairs, take a look. These are considered high ceilings. So it gives you a pretty spacious feel vertically. And coming to the kitchen, living space right here. And as you can see, open floor plan. And this is a huge kitchen, huge L-shaped kitchen, pretty long. And this is view to the street, to the front of the house. You can see the park right in front of you. And these cabinetries are pretty good. And the good size island right here. You can sit 3 people. And these new cook stoves are all induction cook stoves. New technology, energy savings. And let's look at the views from here. So this will be the section of the living room where people can hang out, watch TV, and right in the middle is the dining and then the kitchen. And this is the view of from the backyard. You can see they're going to be building some more homes down here, but it's not going to be blocking your views. And let's take a look at the third floor, the third level. Okay. So this is upstairs, and this will be, okay, the furnace and 2 of the bedrooms. This will be the master bedroom. So take a look. Master bedroom, and you have a his and hers vanity and a toilet, and the walk-in shower, which I typically prefer. I'm not much into tubs, and you can get, once again, beautiful views from your bedroom. And while looking at the views, some of you might wonder, why is this place called the Communication Hills? Where's the name coming from? So here's the thing. Back in the 60s and 70s, this hill was primarily a location for television transmission towers. And if you know anything about wireless communications, these towers typically prefer a central location and an elevated location, and that's the only way. I mean, that's the best way to get these radio tower signals across the entire metro. That's why Communication Hill is centrally located for the very reason, and it's on the hill. So so that's that. That's where the name comes from. So let's look at this side. So that's another bedroom, pretty good size, and views to the street. I like it. And here's a shared bathroom. Okay, and and the fourth bedroom. So this is a 4 bedroom and three and a half bath. And I'll get to the size and square footage later. Uh, and high ceiling. They're all high ceilings, you can see. And for this unit, let me just make sure I know where the laundry is. The laundry should be here. Okay. Yeah, so this is where the laundry is. Laundry is on the second floor, right next to the kitchen. And then there's this powder room and views of the street. So this is the first model. Pretty good, pretty spacious, and you get views from all 3 levels. So let's quickly go to see the second model. We're going to cover all 3 models today, so I'm not going to try to spend too much time on each model. So let's look, so let's get out, and we're going to head this way. So this is what the street looks like. And as you can see, they've already built a bunch of homes in the past. And right now, for this particular community, they're building 58 single-family homes. They're all going to be along the hill. So most of the homes are going to have views like what I just showed you. That's kind of nice. So this is the second unit and second model. So for this model, it's bigger than the previous model. So we have a first floor, we have you can even call it a in-law unit. And you can, for an upgrade, you can turn this into a kitchen. You know, it's already got everything hooked up. And the bedroom size is very big. And the bedrooms have a walk-in shower, a bathroom, and views directly to the backyard and views. I believe they also have a side door that you can access the backyard. So it doesn't have to be always from this place. So that's the first floor. And so here we're going to look at the second floor, the stairways. One question people always ask is like, can you replace these carpets into floors? And I just verified with the builder, yes, you can. So this is the second floor, the living space. Woo, very spacious. Let me just show you how big it is from this angle. So this is the living space, TVs. You can do dinings in the middle, and here's the kitchen. Kitchen is also very spacious. And for an upgrade, you can turn these cabinetry to the overlays, like connecting to the ceiling. I prefer it that way because you don't have to be dusting these spaces all the time. And you get views to the backyard, to the hills from while you're cooking. And if you turn around, this is the living space for the rest of the family. And you have a balcony on the second floor that faces the street to the side. So really spacious. I like it. Yeah, significantly more spacious than the first model. All entirely open floor. Now let's look at the third floor. Again, they're all considered high ceilings. Gave you a nice vertical space. So 3 bedrooms on top. This will be the master bedroom. Again, views from the hills. So I was talking to you about the location. This was called the Communication Hills, and nothing really going on top of the hills. And the builder is saying that they're building some retails on top of the hills. But for now, if you want to get something, you have to drive down the hills, which is a pretty short drive. And this is a pretty exclusive community when you're on top of the hill. And as you can see, pretty much every houses on top of the hills have been built relatively recently, like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and there are more spaces to build more homes. And once you're down the hills, and you're pretty much well connected. Again, this is a central location, and you're close to pretty much everything. You're close to various big stores, malls, and if you're into Asian food, there's the little Saigon, not too far from here. Plenty of Asian restaurants, grocery stores, so it's very convenient. The only thing though is that the traffic could be pretty bad, especially on Capital Expressway. So if you're commuting, that's just one thing to keep in mind. And if you enjoy working out, you're into fitness, and this is a great place for that. Not only is close to lots of gyms around the area, but go check out the Grand Stairs. Grand Stairs is a stairway that takes you from bottom of the hills all the way to the top of the hills. There's about 250 steps, and you get a good workout and while enjoying some good views. There are a lot of people from other areas that will come to Communication Hills specifically for the stairs. So good exercise. Just make sure you don't get too loud while you're making your steps. So again, this is the kitchen, very spacious. And that's the bathroom. And then you've got the toilet, the walk-in closet. So, and this is another closet. Very spacious. Very spacious. This will be the access to the attic. And oh yeah, all of these homes are going to come with solar panels that can be either leased or owned, depending on the price. So this is a shared bathroom, and this will be the laundries. So this model, laundry is on top floor, where the previous model, the laundry is on the second floor. And these are the two other bedrooms that have views to the street, 1 and 2. So again, this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home, but bigger, slightly different floor plans. So that's that. What do you guys think? Which one do you guys like? Let's head down and go see the third one. I'm gonna try to be a little bit quicker, otherwise this video can be much longer. And so let's see. Again, we're out on the street. This is plan 2558. Okay. We'll go over everything after touring the third one. Let's see. So this is the third one. If you look at the views, it is tall. It is tall. Now, because Bay Area is, now they're all 2-car garage homes. One thing about the Bay Area, as you know, especially when you're in the center of the Bay Area, we don't have enough land. So if you were to build new community with single family homes, 3-story like this is pretty standard. And this is plan 2629. This is supposed to be the largest one that we're going to see today. And this one, okay, so stair is not directly facing the door. From a feng shui perspective, I'm not a feng shui expert, but I know some buyers are particular about that. So first floor, you have to walk down a little bit to get to the first floor. So the first floor, this is a small living space. You can call it a living room, and with the views of the backyard, access to the backyard, and bathrooms, okay, and a small bedroom. This bedroom is smaller than Model 2, but the overall space downstairs is bigger because of the extra living space. So this makes the downstairs a complete separate living space, basically. You've got a separate bedrooms on this side and a living space here. So, okay, look at how tall the ceilings are. So this is the living space here. Again, this is the kitchen and the living space right here. So this part, is still considered a open floor concept because the kitchen and the living space, the dining space are connected. But the living space is less spacious than the one in the middle. As you can see, this is narrower. And the kitchen, pretty spacious kitchen. So, but with this, the extra family room is right here. So it is not directly connected to the rest of the space. So if you look from this angle, so you can stay in this corner and not see the rest of the living space. And then you've got the views to the hills. So you can hang out here, watch TV. Now, some people would like it this way, believe it or not, even though open kitchen concept is very, very popular today, but it does comes with some cons, such as, you know, the lack of privacy and stuff. And so this particular floor plan, it's still open floor plan, but it's more like a semi-open. If you want privacy, you can just be here, and you know, you don't have to feel like you're connected. You're part of the noise from the entire home. So so it offers you some flexibility, and you can hang out in the balcony here to enjoy the views downstairs. And so that's that. And then let's take a look at the third level. Look at how tall the ceiling is. Okay. All right. So here, this is the master bedroom, spacious as always. And this bathroom has both walk-in shower and a tub and the toilet. And this will be the closet. Very spacious. His and hers vanity. Pretty awesome. And once again, take a look at the view from the bedrooms. Okay. So let's see. Laundry room on the third floor, like the second model. And then the two bedrooms. These are very spacious bedrooms. And views of the park, to the community. And this one too. Yep. So they're building some more houses. They're going to keep building this way. So every houses they're building are going to be along this hill. So they're all going to have views. So that's pretty nice. So that's it for the third floor. And here's a shared bathroom. And which one do you guys like? Which model do you like the most? I know I've been busy just showing you these models and haven't gone over some numbers, which I'm gonna go over with you right now. So let me just find a place to settle. Just bear with me for a second. There you go. So let's take a look. I've got some informations here. So the first model that we tour is 2276. The smallest one is 2,276 square foot, 3-story, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and 2-car garage. The base price is about 1.98 million, $4,990. Remember, these are the base price. It does not include your upgrades and the cost of the solar and stuff. And the second model that we saw, now the first model is the smallest one, is the one that it's your basic model. And the second one is the one, it's 2,558 square foot. Again, 3-bedroom, 4 baths, 3.5 bath. And that one is the one that, the living space is the largest open floor plan. And that one is the base price starting at 2.1 million, $45,131. And the third one is the one that we're in right now. It's 2,629 square foot, 3-story, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and the one that we just saw with a semi-open floor. And the downstairs has a separate family room, a living room right next to the bedroom. This one starting price is 2.1 million, 21,990. Again, these are all just base prices, not including upgrades and solar. And this particular builder, KB Home, they're offering a $10,000 credit towards closing costs with a condition of getting pre-qualified from their in-house lender. And so that could help. That could help with the purchase. And I don't know if you guys can see this. This is pretty much the map of the community that they're building. So they've already sold 2 units, and they're grand opening some other units. So the only property that won't have any views are probably these 3 or 4. They're a little bit down the hills, but pretty much everything else from here to here, they all have views. So that's that. And one more thing I want to talk to you guys about, which I think is kind of important, is if you do a little bit of Googling, you'll see that Communication Hills has been developed in the last 20 some years, and lots of new homes. Pretty much everything is new homes. And if you do some research, you'll come across some old news litigations that happened between builders and consumers. The most recent one is 2017. What happened was that a bunch of new home buyers found that their homes had some quality issues, particularly the exterior tiles are falling off. So they got together, got a lawyer, and did the litigation against the builder. And builder, of course, took responsibility. So they did all the repairs and replacements. And after that, there has not been any new litigations, as far as the quality of the property of the house goes. And of course, some buyers are okay with after the repairs, things are looking good. Some buyers feels that their lifestyle has been disrupted, but it is what it is. And there are also other buyers that may have concern with would there be any long-term issues that's yet to be discovered. Well, but because lawyers are involved, City of San Jose was involved, and the builder took full responsibility, I'm sure they're working out on some long-term solutions. So that's that. The reason I am bringing it up is because you see the quality of the builders' work, especially nationwide builders like KB Home and other ones, the big ones. The quality of their work, it's hard to be standardized. The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of these big builders, to cut costs, and they often act more as a real estate developers. They spend most of the time working with the city, developing a piece of real estate, but they don't really get involved too much into the actual building construction of the homes. They often will subcontract these jobs to local construction contractors. So therefore, the quality really varies depending on the location, the time, and which company do they specifically contract to. So therefore, quality issues when you're buying a new home from big builders has happened in the past and will potentially happen again in the future, not just here in Communication Hill, but could be anywhere in the country. If you're more into the qualities, then obviously the small builders, they're only building specific homes locally. Um, they have more control over who they hire to do the build out. But again, smaller builders have less power and resources to take on big projects like this. And the reason I'm bringing it up is not to scare you or anything, but I noticed that a lot of the buyers, when they're buying new construction homes, they often think that because everything is brand new, so there should be no problems, peace of mind. But the reality is, like I just mentioned before, in order to protect yourself, because situations does come up, you need to first get familiar with the buying process of new construction homes and how builder works. And they are quite different from if you were to buy retail, pre-owned resale homes. Luckily, I have another video in my channel that go over these kind of topics. So I highly encourage you to check out those videos in my channel. And secondly, you should understand the warranty details and the claim process. And every builder offers a variety of warranties. So same with KB Homes here. So you need to understand what's covered, what's not, and for how long. And thirdly, make sure you do your own due diligence, especially inspections throughout the building process from breaking ground to final, every step of the way, to ensure that the quality is up to your standard. And more importantly, if this is your first time buying a home, you are a first time home buyer, it is important. I highly recommend you to reach out to a real estate professional such as myself to help you, to guide you in every step of the way. And what's even better is to help you negotiate and represent you when dealing with builders. And it's all free of charge. But what's important is that we do need to go to the new builder's office together for the very first time. Otherwise, I will not be in their system, and so that I will not be able to formally help you. So make sure you reach out to me if you were interested in touring this community or any other new construction communities in the Bay Area. And if you're if you're thinking about buying a home or anything else real estate related in the Bay Area, also feel free to reach out. I would love to chat, sit down, answer some questions, and be of helpful local real estate resources for you, all free with no obligations. All right, that's it for now. I hope you like this video, and like and subscribe if you like my channel, and I will see you on the next one.